Hello, welcome to this update for Australia and other parts of Oceania. So let's just see what's happening with these storms because we expect more severe storms today, Tuesday, December 3rd, and we had some today as well, Monday, because it's already Tuesday there, but still Monday here. So let's see. Now it's still morning there, shows already some storms in Northern Territory and more further north. And these ones here have some very intense downpour, a lot of lightning activity in the Northern Territory there. So be careful those areas. And there's this front like Queensland and New South Wales too. And Victoria, they'll bring those severe storms today. So let's see. There's the European model does show those storms in Queensland there, and New South Wales, some in Victoria too. But later, like around noon or like 10 a.m. to noon, does show some storms there near New South Wales and Queensland with this front, more like in the north, near northwestern Australia and some parts of Queensland and Northern Territory. Does show already some storms in Victoria there. And then later, like this afternoon, it does show some bigger storms in Queensland, especially northern Queensland, many areas, and in New South Wales, still some more storms there, and Victoria. But even later, the European doesn't show that much, that many severe storms later. Shows more like as this front leaves, maybe the early into mid-afternoon some more storms, but especially in Queensland it does show some bigger storms there. So let's see. There's the access for today. So let's see like Victoria first in New South Wales does have like this afternoon those storms there. Later does have some bigger storms New South Wales, but that's already Wednesday. So let's see around this afternoon has some bigger ones in eastern Victoria and New South Wales, those areas. But let's see a little bit more detail, maybe like this one for this more high resolution one in Victoria. So it does show those storms there, southern Queensland, New South Wales, and later this morning, this afternoon shows already more like northeastern Victoria, some in central New South Wales and those areas. This goes there, and later in the afternoon does show some pop-up storms in New South Wales, especially to central northern Victoria, could be a severe storm or two, and even eastern New South Wales shows a storm or two. This goes and like still shows some storms like on Tuesday night near Canberra or some other areas, and Wednesday shows some more tropical downpours near northern New South Wales and Queensland. So be careful in those areas. Um, Further south, like in Tasmania, Victoria does show that rain now, and those storms, this continues. Around this morning, already shows some more storms there, especially around noon. This goes, and later in the afternoon, there'll be that second round of storms in the evening or later in the afternoon. So be aware. Most central to eastern Victoria and New South Wales there. Tasmania just shows some showers, and then this goes away there. So be careful in those areas. Further north, there's like, let's see, there's this one for northern Queensland, shows some pop-up storms there, and later, like this afternoon, Tuesday, shows a bunch of storms there. In many areas does show more like central northern Queensland. In all those areas in the afternoon, there might be those heavier storms, and maybe a finger or two near the coast as well. But mainly those inland areas. But earlier in the day, in the morning, does show some on the coast near Cairns or Cooktown. So yeah, be aware there too. This goes the afternoon and shows those heavier storms in the evening and during the night. So be careful with those heavier downpours. Central northern Queensland, and the night still shows a storm or two there. So be careful those areas. Now the Northern Territory, There, those storms there now, I showed you the satellite, but later, like Tuesday afternoon today, shows some more storms in the ocean near those northernmost towns there. Be careful with those downpours, and shows some pop-up storms there, like in the afternoon, especially later. So this is around like 3 to 5 p.m. shows those heavier downpours near southeast, near like western northern territory, especially like northern territory, those very heavy downpours there. So be careful. Some of the storms might have like some gusty winds too, maybe some hail further south. Not much in the north because it's more tropical, but for further south maybe, and into Queensland. So be careful, but especially the heavy rain. And then later into Tuesday night, still some downpours there around the late evening and night. So be careful. There's that one. Further west, Northern Territory. South, there's like here, South Australia. There's this one there, shows some showers now, but this goes away. Doesn't really show anything this afternoon. Just maybe near New South Wales, western, eastern South Australia there. And a little bit further north, there's this one for southern Queensland and New South Wales. Does show there Tuesday. Now shows that front coming. Some heavier storms at noon already around Queensland. This goes and shows more like this afternoon some scattered showers, maybe more storms in New South Wales there, and this goes a finger or two on Wednesday as well. So be aware there, and let's see if there's anything else here. Northern Queensland, and here there's like nothing. So be aware those areas, and like just to see here, southwest and Australia show some showers there, but nothing crazy. And the rain accumulation there shows until early Wednesday. This model has like those storms scared about there this afternoon, and it does have the accumulation from some of the storms close to 110 millimeters, 116. This is definitely a possibility. You never know. It's like 177 millimeters, 98, and shows more across the east. Some areas of 77, some 69 to 81 millimeters, and more there. So be careful those storms, and like Northern Territory shows more there as well, like some specific areas, because the storms like hit or miss. It might form in one area and not affect another area. So this might not be the exact places the storms will happen, but just be aware in this whole area, because if a storm does go over you, shows some might have some very big accumulations. Further north shows more like 76 millimeters, so those northernmost areas there, and the more pop-up storms in the south. So be careful. Northern Queensland, yes, and further south, there's like southern Queensland. This model is very crazy. So like some 282 millimeters, 223. So I don't think 200 millimeters will fall in the next 19 hours, but just be aware of those storms. You never know. It shows more around Victoria. Doesn't show much, but does show some 68 millimeters, 65, 57. So be aware. And from New South Wales, yes, those areas. So be careful there. South Australia does show some across the west there, but nothing crazy. Southwestern Australia, not really. So be careful in those areas. The European model, for example, just show like some 16, 24 millimeters Northern Australia, and uh, across Northern Territory and Queensland. So it doesn't show like high resolution those storms that might happen, but just the next 19 hours does show that cold front, and also shows southern Queensland, those heavier storms there, like 61 millimeters. So be careful. But until next Saturday, it does show a little bit drier across the west, but does show those heavier downpours continuing in the north there. It's like some places close to 113 millimeters, 114. Some like Darwin, some 86 millimeters. This goes there shows like right on the coast near northern Queensland and Northern Territory. Some spots close to 50 or like 60 millimeters. Central Northern Queensland more than 70, close to 80 millimeters. Those areas, especially near the coast as well, close to 100 millimeters. So be careful those downpours during the next week. Shows more somewhere in Victoria, some 34 millimeters in Melbourne, but just east of it shows like some 81 millimeters. Shows more New South Wales too, and more areas northwestern Australia. But just so you see the rain here, shows the front going. This goes away towards New Zealand, but does show still Wednesday afternoon those storms in the north, some heavier ones in Queensland, Northern Territory. Does show some things Thursday afternoon, South Australia. This goes until Thursday night through Friday. Some more storms like through Victoria, New South Wales, especially near northern Tasmania. So be aware. And Saturday afternoon, the 7th, shows some heavier storms in New South Wales there, and like some in Western Australia, Northern Territory as well. So be aware. And into next week shows more tropical moisture in the north, but maybe not as crazy as this week. But still shows those heavier storms there, and a little bit quieter in the south later next week. But earlier next week, some stuff near Western Australia and South Australia, and this week some more around Friday, New South Wales and Victoria. So be careful in those areas. There's the GFS shows similar thing that front now, the storms today. This goes there, shows like more lingering showers and storms in the north throughout this week. And Friday, those heavier storms, Victoria and New South Wales. This goes around Saturday, Northern Territory, Western Australia. And yeah, into next week, they show Tuesday some near New South Wales, but a little bit quieter in the south. A storm or two sometimes, like on the 12th near Victoria, but generally in the north, those heavier downpours there. So be careful in those areas. The GFS rain accumulation until Sunday or like until late Saturday does show here here, the does show in the north a little bit more, some 58, 61 millimeters. And this is just one model forecast. This might change because with those heavier downpours, you can get more accumulation. Just like you saw in the high resolution model that show like close to 100 millimeters the next 19 hours with some storms. And this model shows the next 5 days, just like some 60 millimeters compared to the other one that showed 100 millimeters the next 19 hours, and this is 5 days, so you never know. But I'm just showing you for reference. Let's see. So this model does have some close to 100 millimeters near Thule until Saturday, some more near the coast there, and more downpours throughout Queensland, those areas, but does have some more like New South Wales and Victoria, especially from like the system Friday until Thursdays like this, until Saturday like that. So this shows close to 100 meters some spots until Friday, and especially like late Thursday into Friday, Victoria shows more. So be careful those areas. There's the icon too, shows those heavier downpours near the coast of northern Queensland this week. Be careful, and more of those heavier downpours in Queensland and northwestern Australia, northern Australia. But does have also like until Thursday that from today those storms, but until Saturday it has like close to 100 meters northern Victoria, New South Wales from the other system, central New South Wales, many areas. So be aware in those areas, and Tasmania some showers too. And today's Tuesday, the 3rd, talking about the severe storms today, it does show here some severe storms likely in the red near like New South Wales and southern Queensland, where the model shows those bigger storms, and does show another northern Victoria and New South Wales, another red area there for some severe thunderstorms likely. So be careful throughout today those areas. And also the yellow is severe thunderstorms possible into central northern territory, and all the way from Victoria to central Queensland. So be careful with those severe thunderstorms possible, and just regular thunderstorms likely in the light green throughout most of northern Australia until the southeast, and more thunderstorms possible in the dark green. So be careful in those areas. They did say today that severe thunderstorms are likely northeast uh, Victoria, especially during the afternoon as a cold front moves in the area. Melbourne may see some storms too, so yeah, be careful. In New South Wales, they said uh, thunderstorms are possible everywhere. Much of New South Wales tomorrow, that now is today, right? And severe thunderstorms possible from Tuesday morning. So already Tuesday morning, like southern Queensland, New South Wales. So be careful those areas. So let's see something else here. The temperatures still across the west, there are those very hot temperatures like close to 42 degrees, some parts of Western Australia, some 30s like in parts of Queensland, New South Wales, especially across Northern Territory and Western Australia, close to those 40s. In the south, it's a little bit colder, not cold, but like milder, and shows all the way to like 41, 42 Tuesday, Wednesday. Western Australia shows those whites and light browns there across South Australia as well, and Western Australia on Thursday close to like 41, 42 degrees. Friday afternoon shows very hot across the west there, some spots of South Australia too. Saturday the 7th, those like grays and whites could be close to like 45, 44 degrees Saturday. On Sunday still shows some very high temperatures there, so be careful in those areas. There's also this other model that shows those like 42 degrees, especially Western Australia. That shows close to 43 South Australia, and like Western Australia on Thursdays, hot across Northern Territory and Queensland, those areas too. So be careful. That's the true meter temperature. So it's not quite the actual temperature, but it's the true meter temperature. So let's see if it has a forecast on the actual temperature. So it does have all the way to 43 degrees Tuesday afternoon, some parts of Western Australia, 42, so some spots 40, some cities there. Marble Bars some 43. So be careful, because especially southwestern Northern Territory and some parts of southern Northern Territory into Queensland. So be careful there. So South Australia there, some more, especially in the north, and some 30s in New South Wales. This goes and like Tuesday night and Wednesday, does show a little bit like in Tasmania, some 11 degrees, 13 degrees in Victoria during the night, even like some 4 degrees in Tasmania. But the next afternoon, Wednesday, the maximum temperatures might be around 44 degrees. Western Australia, 43, 43 again, some 42. Marble Bars, some 43, so be careful there. Northern Territory, some 42 as well, 39, so be careful. This is Wednesday, this goes, it lowers down a little bit later in the afternoon, but still shows like milder in the southwest. This goes, and like the next day, on like Thursday, shows all the way to like 44 degrees in some areas, so 43 degrees. Western Australia, 44, 43, close to some 43 again. Some areas there, a bunch of towns, all of them above 40 degrees. So be careful with that heat, stay cool. And let's see, some areas of South Australia shows all the way to like 44, even like close to 45 degrees, some areas. So be careful on Thursday. Shows all the areas of South Australia, some 42, 43, Northern Territory. So be careful there. And be careful like from heat stress and heat related illness. Don't stay in the sun too much, and be careful. During the night, the temperatures do go down to like 23, 25 degrees, but some spots like South Australia, Northern Territory might not be much relief overnight from the warm temperature. So if there's not much relief overnight, it might cause more heat stress on the body. So be careful and try to have some air conditioning and stay safe. This is Thursday. Friday afternoon shows against some 42 degrees, 43 because Northern Territory, South Australia, also some close to 4 in New South Wales and Queensland, Western Australia still some 40s, and some others for North some 30s because it's more like mild and tropical in the North, some 30s, and yeah, but some days might be hard, close to 37 in some areas. Later on Friday, does show like all the way to 45 degrees in Panawonica, so be careful. It shows some 44, 42, so some 43, so stay safe. And it might not be exactly like I'm showing you because it is just a model. Some other models have different forecasts, but most of them show like 43, 41, 42. There's the icon show like 44, 45 degrees too. Yeah, the excess shows all the way to like 46 degrees some cities, so like 47 degrees in Marble Bar. So I think this is too much exaggerated, but you never know. Show like some 47, 46 degrees. So yeah, be careful in those areas. I think the European seems more accurate, right in the middle. And then this is Friday, Saturday. Does show some spots across the west, still some 45 degrees, uh, 44, 40, 45. So some spots like 43, 40, 42. So be careful, some 41. And a little bit less across South Australia, but still some 39. Some areas of 40, Queensland, Northern Territory. So be careful. Later in next night, show like some 12 degrees in the south, in the southeast, some 10 degrees. So yeah, be aware. And Sunday, the 8th, the model is already like some 44 degrees again, all the way to 45 degrees, 44, even some 45 degrees a little further south. So yeah, be careful those areas. And now for storms, the rest of Oceania. So does show those lingering tropical showers and storms near Fiji, Vanuatu, especially like the Solomon Islands, those passing tropical downpours near like Fiji from time to time. Nothing that crazy, but just be aware throughout this week. Those like tropical showers and storms just passing by there. And French Polynesia does show a little bit less, some passing lighter showers there, but might be a storm or two. Uh, from time to time, especially like further south, Matuara, and some areas, some higher probabilities of storms. On Friday shows a storm or two near Papete, but yeah, this forecast changes all the time, but just be aware, a storm or two and some light showers. But the main action will be closer to Vanuatu and the Solomon Islands. Does show a little bit less in the Solomon Islands until Thursday, and after Thursday shows more. But this forecast might change. There's this other model shows like more in the Solomon Islands around Thursday and Friday too. Shows a little bit less on today and Wednesday, but does show more around like some parts of Vanuatu Thursday, Fiji. So yeah, be aware in those areas. But today, Tuesday, there's a thing or two near Fiji, Vanuatu, and some other areas. There's the icon too, shows some lingering showers and storms near Samoa as well. Tonga a little bit less, but does show a thing or two in the north. And some areas like uh, Kiribati shows a little bit less, but more the Marshall Islands and maybe some more near Tuvalu and some passing showers and storms. So be aware. The accumulation till Saturday, the European does have more like around Vanuatu, some 57, 52 millimeters, some 70 millimeters, 48. So be aware. Fiji some 16, 25 millimeters. In Samoa, some like 32, 33 millimeters. None of those islands there, those passing tropical showers, and this might be in the form of thunderstorms too. So be careful. shows this bigger front there, but there are no islands there. In Tonga shows some showers, maybe some storms, more thunderstorms around Fiji. So yeah, New Caledonia shows a shower or two, maybe a storm or two, but very little. More tropical moisture in the Solomon Islands, those showers and storms there. And there's some areas in Micronesia, shows all the way to 127 millimeters next 5 days, so be careful. Abundant tropical moisture there just passing by the form of thunderstorms and showers, so be careful. Same thing for Papua New Guinea's many locations, Western Guinea too, those heavier showers and storms, so be careful. And also those areas there. French Polynesia does show those lighter showers, but there might be a storm or two, especially Moerai, Rairua, and other areas further south. A storm or two in Papete, but nothing that crazy. And yeah, in Adamstown, a shower or two. So yeah, be aware. The GFS shows a similar thing, somewhere near like Samoa and northern Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, especially in Papua New Guinea there. It does have some spots of Micronesia, close to like some 132 millimeters until Friday. And there's the icon, shows a similar thing somewhere near French Polynesia and Papete, especially some areas of the south, the Cook Islands, more the northern Cook Islands, and an area or two there, and more just north of Samoa and some other islands there, especially Tuvalu and some areas, some are showers and storms. Shows less in Fiji, but does show a storm or two, some showers, so be careful those areas. The wind is a little bit breezier there, further to the tropics and that front in the south, but does show like Monday, Tuesday, a little bit lighter, some islands, but still a little bit breezy near like a spot or two near eastern French Polynesia, and a spot or two near like Fiji in the next weekend and some other areas. And but nothing that crazy. The waves are more calm too. Some slightly larger, close like 2 meters, 1 meter in some areas, but nothing that crazy. And it changes throughout the week, so be aware there. And now those wingas in Australia, with those severe storms, there might be some very high gusts inside of the storms, but just the wind by itself shows some breezier conditions this afternoon in New South Wales and Victoria, maybe on the west coast as well. But that shows some gusty winds from time to time on Wednesday, some parts of Western Australia. This goes Wednesday, Thursday, there's some more South Australia, near Western Australia, some slightly gustier on the coast as well. Thursday, still some spots of higher gusts near South Australia and Western Australia in some areas. Friday, still around Western Australia. You can see on Saturday, between South Australia and Western Australia, does show some higher gusts. This goes Sunday, does show a little bit more near Tasmania, the coast of Victoria, New South Wales, a little bit higher gusts there, and more next week, especially near some spots Western Australia on December 9th and maybe December 10th. So be aware, even a thing or two near New South Wales and South Australia and Queensland. So be aware, but nothing that crazy coming. Just be aware those occasions of some higher gusts. But New Zealand, there are some normal things coming, but also some crazy things down the road. So now, like tomorrow Wednesday, that shows some higher gusts southwestern New Zealand because of that's front, and this comes there around later Wednesday to Thursday. Some higher gusts the Central Mountains there. So very high gusts in some spots. So be careful. More to like the southern North Island as well. It does show like on Thursday more on the southern North Islands, some higher gusts. Some other models shows similar things. The icon shows even stronger, especially in the South Island. The GFS shows less. But yeah, there's on Thursday, this goes. Friday a little bit better. Friday still a thing or two in the south, but Saturday shows a little bit breezier in a spot or two of the north and the southwest. But this goes there. Saturday starts showing some higher gusts into Sunday, especially in the mountains there. And in southwestern New Zealand, this goes it starts getting kind of crazy by like later Sunday to Monday. The European area shows like 120 kilometer per gust. Those mountains, the icon 163 kilometer per gusts. The icon, the GFS barely nothing, just near Wellington, some higher gusts. But this is Sunday. This goes shows higher gusts near Central and Southern North Island and Northern South Island, like Monday the 9th. This goes there, some higher gusts on the southwest on Tuesday, and then something uh, doesn't show anything that crazy later. It was the icon that was like very crazy before show like this massive low pressure system coming on like Sunday with those crazy winds, but the icon might be exaggerating. But beware of the rainfall. Alright, Tuesday today shows some rain across western New Zealand, especially a storm or two in the south, and then shows special like Wednesday into Thursday, especially Wednesday afternoon, some more thunderstorms, western New Zealand and southern New Zealand. This goes Wednesday into Thursday, some showers in some areas, but Friday a little bit more calm, a shower too, but Saturday comes this other front and more showers and storms, especially southern New Zealand, some heavy rain on the South Island until like Monday, a shower too in the north, later Monday into Tuesday. And then later the European does have some more rain around the 12th in the North Island and more stuff maybe later in the South Island. So yeah, be aware of those areas. Here does show the accumulation until Saturday, a little bit further maybe. So here shows the South Island. It shows near the coast and also in those mountains, so more than 100 meters, 134, 133, and be careful on the slope of those mountains, the risk of some flash flooding maybe. It shows more in the south, some rain, and the North Island, some areas there. Very little in the north there. The GFS is the same thing, more than 100 meters, even like 168 in some parts of the South Island. The icon has a little bit less maybe, but a similar thing. So be aware. The snowfall that doesn't really show snow accumulation from this mainly be rain, and until the December 16th, does show a tiny spot of snow, the European, but the GFS even has a little bit more until December 16th, but that's kind of far out. It does show this happening around December 8th and 9th, but yeah, might not happen that way. But be aware, the temperature is still a little bit chilly in the mountains and mild. This goes a little bit warmer, right? In some parts of the north, some 27 degrees, some 26 in Christchurch. This goes a little bit milder tonight, like cooler, but it shows that's like 28 in the afternoon. Wednesday, some 23, 22, 23 in Auckland. Shows more in the North Island and South Island, but this goes Wednesday during the night in some mountains of the south, a little bit lower. Thursday, especially in the North Island, close to like even 30 degrees, uh, 29, 30. This goes there. Shows those areas are like 6 degrees, 5, 4 degrees in the mountains there. But yeah, and later does show maybe a little bit cooler on Sunday in the south with that system, but still warm across the north, many areas. So be aware and stay safe, especially with those severe storms and the heat wave across Australia. There are some forecasts here you can check, and the warning especially. These warnings are like flood warnings for rivers, heat wave warnings, fire danger warnings. So be careful. And also the fire danger, some extreme fire dangers forecast near Ashburton Coast. These are the current warnings. They might change later, but yeah, be aware. And if you see like fire weather might show up here, some fire danger ratings. So let's see, there's Victoria, South Australia. So Victoria shows some areas of high, South Australia fire danger, some areas of moderate and high. Queensland shows just 2 areas of high, but this is now, this changes a lot. Western Australia, some areas of extreme fire danger and high, so be aware. This link's in the description, you can check there.